In this video, we are reviewing the most anticipated drone of 2025, the AntiGravity A1 drone. What is it all about? Is it any good? And should you actually buy it? Let's get into it. So after months and months of talk about this drone and speculation, we finally have it available for release. AntiGravity is the brand. We've got so much to get through. Let's get straight into it and tell you what this drone is all about. So we've had 360 cameras from Insta360 now for a number of years. Every year they get better. The latest one, the Insta360 X5, and I'm a huge fan of 360 cameras. Covered many videos on them. They're fantastic. So to think we now have AntiGravity incubated from Insta360, sharing the information, technology, software, this can only be a good thing. Now you're going to see a million and one different videos on the AntiGravity A1, so we're not going to go through every single spec on this. I think it's more important to talk about the review side of it, what it's been like, the good points, what's not great about it, and should you buy it. Also the goggles, the controller. But I do want to talk about the actual size and weight of this. You can see just how small it is. It certainly is palm sized. Now it is under 250 grams, which is a great thing. It means you don't have to do any drone licenses to fly this in majority of countries all around the world. There's going to be two different batteries that you can get for it. A standard battery, which keeps that weight under 250 grams. So if you do like tiny, like mini drones, the size of this is going to be really similar to what you're familiar with. And it's great that this has kept under 250 grams. Now, before we talk about the goggles, if you do enjoy tech and drone content, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Many more videos coming really soon. And if you enjoy any part of this video, hitting that like button really does help out. So this drone isn't just a 360 drone, it comes with these vision goggles and also the motion grip controller. So I'll talk about this first. So this is cool, nice white color. It has a trigger on the side of it. So all you do is pull that back and the drone will fly forwards. And what you do is similar to what we saw on the DJI Avata. You literally turn this to change the direction of the drone. And on the screen, you've got this little pointer and you just turn your arm where you want the drone to go and pull back on that trigger. Now, the great thing is whilst the drone is flying in that direction, you can also still look around. And as you look around, it doesn't change the direction of where that drone's going. It just gives you the chance to be like this bird looking down. We'll talk about that, about the goggles in a second. But these are pretty cool because it's not just that trigger. On the side of it here, you can control the speed of it. So you've got three different control modes. You've got Cine, Normal and Sports. You've got custom buttons on the side. Now on the front of it, so for taking off, all you do is literally push this button up twice to start the propellers, and then you push and hold and the drone will take off, and you pull down and it will land. You got your record button, your camera shutter button, and if you want to change the direction of the drone pretty quickly, you can just swipe left or right on this scroll wheel and the drone will change direction 360 degrees. And then here you've got a return to home and brake. So if you press and hold that, the drone will automatically come back to its home point. So you've got return to home on this drone. This is a really cool controller. I would have liked to see a reverse function as well. So on the trigger button, you pull back to go forward. You can't like push forward like you can on the Avata controller to go backwards. There is no way with this controller of flying that drone backwards. Now onto the goggles and how this completely changes that experience. They are bright white. You look like some cyborg. You've got screens on the front. You can change the color of this ring that goes around to whatever suits you. And they're unlike any other goggles I've seen. Just look at the front of them. They do all these crazy effects. It gets even better. We're going to cover a bit of time on these goggles because I think this is what sets this kind of drone and the experience apart from anything else. So on the inside of here, you can adjust the screens, and these are 1-inch micro LED with a resolution of 2560 by 2560. Now the battery on here is external. I think this is to keep the weight down of these goggles because they are nice and lightweight. But the battery comes with this lanyard. So what you do is you have this and you put it around your head, and then you have the battery attached like this. And the battery life is decent as well. It'll get you about 2.5 hours of battery life from each full charge. Now, I do like these goggles for a few different reasons. Firstly, the transmission. So on the front of the goggles, you've got external antennas. Especially with the 360 drone, you want that transmission between the drone and the goggles to be spot on. And I was really impressed with the transmission quality going from the drone to these goggles. But aside from the positive transmission experience I had, these goggles are just something else. And it's the experience that is unlike any other FPV goggles or drone goggles that I have tried on. It's just absolutely bonkers. So think about it. Normally when you put drone goggles on, you see the wide angle view of that drone's camera, and it's normally like in that peripheral here. This is 360 degrees, and they've emulated that in these goggles. So you put them on and you basically can look around and see a full 360 view. It doesn't stop. So say this drone is facing forward. I can see through my goggles what the drone is seeing. But if I turn my head like this, I can see to the sideways angle. I can look backwards. I can turn fully round and see the back of that drone. I can look at the left. It doesn't stop. The view is completely immersive. And it just goes one step more, because you can go to these really cool locations and experience it like you're some bird in the sky, more so than any other FPV drone. So this shot here, I was over the sea. I literally just hovered the drone and I was like, I looked down and I was over the sea. And that experience of that being completely immersed, because normally when you put goggles on or like AR glasses or something, as soon as you go to like here, everything else is just like a black screen and that's it. That experience ends like there. Whereas this, it doesn't, it's full 360. So as I'm looking down over the sea, I can still like look around like this and see everything like I'm there. This location here, I've got the goggles on, I've got the drone over a volcano, and it's like I'm bloody flying over the volcano. It's such a bizarre, crazy experience. I can look down, I'm like, holy shit, I'm over a volcano. It's absolutely bonkers. And it's crazy because normally when you're getting a drone, you go to a cool location and you think, right, I really want to capture that. So I hit record, I'll capture that location, and I'm looking forward to getting home and viewing the footage and editing it to make it look good. Whereas with this, I was finding that I wasn't really that bothered about hitting record. I was more bothered about experiencing it like I was actually there. I've never had that before. So this location, it was like I was just inches away from this snow on top of this mountain, and I could look around and it's like, I'm there, but I'm not there. But the quality coming from this screen is that good with no lag, that it's like you're literally just like a bird on top of that mountain, or you're floating above this volcano, or you're just looking down over the sea. It's so bizarre. So then when I was getting back and I was like, oh God, I recorded that as well. And then I can go around and choose a frame in and move it around. That's like a bonus to me. I like going to locations now with this drone just to experience it, to see what it's like when I'm up there looking down. It's absolutely crazy. Now on top of that, you also get a really nice navigation menu. So from here you can change the settings, you can activate return to home, you can turn your sensors off, you can also do screen recording. So you can get full screen recording from here, but it also records your voice as well. It's got a built-in microphone. And you can also view your drone's album, but this is even better. This can actually view the 8K RAW files directly in the goggles. So whatever you just captured, you can hit play and actually experience that, look around like you were back there, without even using the app or the computer. So if you don't want to edit any of it, and you just want to maybe pass this to a friend and go, look at this, they can look at it and look around without you having to do any editing whatsoever. And you'll see on the front of the drone here, they've just like thought, I know, let's just add a few more special effects. So you've got these really cool graphics on the front of it. You can change and customize these as well. So you can change these to different colors. And this screen here, this actually mirrors what the drone camera is seeing. So if you've got somebody else with you, they can look through these goggles on the outside and see exactly what you're seeing. It mirrors it in real time. I would say this, along with the drone, is the best piece of tech here. These aren't just normal everyday goggles. Premium goggles here for sure, and it allows you to get that full 100% immersive experience. I just would say that the battery, whilst it is better because it takes the weight off the goggles, I still probably would have preferred to have this built into the goggles itself rather than having this like added wire here next to me and this lanyard. Next ones, if you do bring out any more, then this should be internal. I think that'd be much better. Now, as I mentioned, I was flying this really simplistically, just in a straight line, maybe a straight line with a bit of altitude, but you can also do so many more things with this. So it has a lot of built-in automated features as well within these goggles. So you can create your own custom route. This is called Sky Path, and this allows you to say, go to this location like this now. I can go into my goggles and I can choose exactly where I want that drone to fly. So I'll give it different points where I want it to go to, and it will go back to that first point and then fly automatically and do these different shots for you. But how many times have you thought, I really want to be Daenerys Targaryen and fight on that dragon in Game of Thrones? Well, this allows you to. So you have these different custom effects on the screen, all in real time, called virtual cockpit. So this shot here, this is what I'm seeing through these goggles in real life. This is not an effect afterwards. This is what you see in real time, this dragon. So you can change this from different effects. You could have like a spaceship if you wanted, but I like the dragon one because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan as well. So you can fly around, go forwards, backwards, left, just fly the drone normally, but you're on this goddamn dragon. What even is this? And you can also do automatic shots as well. So it's got something called Sky Genie. This is similar to quick shots and will do automatic drone moves just at the click of a button. And then you can also do tracking shots. So you can click deep track, identify a subject, and the drone will automatically track it. Now on the front of the drone, this does have obstacle avoidance sensors. These do look like cameras that are actually obstacle avoidance sensors. And you've also got some on the bottom as well. So you have front and downwards sensors. So if you're flying this drone and it detects an object, it will automatically brake in front of it. You can turn the sensors off manually. And when you put it into sports mode, those sensors don't work. Front and downward sensors on this drone. But the main reason why you're going to be considering picking this drone up is not only is it small, tiny, under 250 grams, on the top and bottom of the drone, you've got two 8K 360 cameras, just like we have on the X5, where you have the ability to record from the front and back cameras. We've now got a drone capturing that full 360 view, and this is what makes it unique, unlike anything else. So the sensor size on the top and bottom cameras, these are the exact same sensor size as on the X5 360 camera. We can record up to 8K 30, and the trick to this is just like with these cameras and what sets it apart from anything else. And it's to do with the ease of use. So I've talked about these 360 cameras. Why I love them is because I'm not having to worry about the framing, the composition, the angles to get, especially on a family vacation. All I have to do is hit record, and it's recording that full 360 view. And then afterwards, when I get back home or to a coffee shop, I can then choose all the framing, the angle, the aspect ratio. We can now do that on a drone. So you're not having to worry about reveal shots, different orbit shots, top-down shots. You literally just get this drone and fly it in a straight line. It can be as simple as that. So these shots on the screen now, I was using this in the most simplistic of ways. Anybody can do this, and I wasn't having to worry about different angles or shots because I know it's capturing 360 degrees from the front, the sides, the back, the bottom, top. Everything is captured, so I can choose afterwards exactly that framing, how I want that video to look. And this just makes it so easy to use. And I do like the video quality as well. I did go into the settings and turn the sharpness down, but just looking at the colors, they look great. And I think for the first ever anti-gravity drone, this gets a big tick in terms of video quality. I would have liked to have seen a log profile, a flat profile on here so we can add our own LUTs or do some more color grading. We don't have that, we just have the standard color profile. That might come in firmware, I'm not sure. But if we look at the video quality, the dynamic range, the way it handles the highlights, the shadows, in that normal color profile, I was super impressed. It's just like the video quality on the X5. So I would say it's like having this, but with propellers. Now with 360 cameras, you've got to be careful with the lenses on them. If you scratch them or crack them, you'll see that in all of your footage. Same with the drone cameras as well. So you've got a camera on the top and bottom, and you want to make sure that that's protected as much as possible. So to get around this, the A1 automatically deploys these landing legs when you take off and landing to protect this bottom camera. Really cool. But also, just like we saw on the X5, where you could replace the lenses on this camera rather than send it off to get repaired. And the same with this drone, it has replaceable lenses. All you do is unscrew it, put a new one on, screw it back on, 30 seconds later, you're good to go. Now the drone's going to be compatible with two different batteries, a high capacity battery and also the standard battery. And depending on which bundle you get, you're going to get the different batteries. The standard one is going to get you 24 minutes of battery life and the high capacity 39 minutes. I would say that the 24-minute one, this is going to be better for majority of people because it keeps that drone under 250 grams. Whilst this gives you 39 minutes of flight time, which is fantastic, it puts the drone over 250 grams. It's going to be depending where you're living and how you're flying the drone, if you've got any drone licenses, etc. In terms of actual battery life, I found those to be pretty realistic. I was getting about 20 minutes of flight time on the standard and the high capacity about 35 minutes. Now, if you do get one of the bundles, it comes with this really cool battery case. So this charges two batteries. It has a kickstand, so it can just stand on a desk like this. And then also on the front of it, you've got this display. So it shows you the current capacity of the battery. So if I put the battery in there, it will show you on the front of it the current capacity, and when it's charging it also supports fast charge. So for a battery case, this is really good, nice and lightweight, charges via USB-C. So it supports 8K video up to 30 FPS. You can take photos as well. It's got 55 megapixel, and I like taking photos in here because literally you take a photo, because it's 360, you click one button on the AntiGravity app and it will turn that photo into a full 360 video. So because it's capturing the whole view 360, you get this really cool video from your photo. Now for a small drone like this, wind resistance is always a concern. It has level 5 wind resistance. So in the areas I was flying, it was naturally windy, but it did handle all these wind conditions absolutely fine. There wasn't a moment where the drone couldn't take off or I thought it was unsafe. I did have the high wind warning message on the screen, but like normal, I just carried on and it wasn't a problem whatsoever. So it's got a lot of impressive tech built into this. 8K camera on here, 250 grams. But for me, my main takeaway with this drone was that it would give me that ability to have that experience. I've got the 8K camera on here. I've got all of that technology, but it allows me something which other drones don't. And that's the full 360 view, be able to look around in these goggles and appreciate that landscape that I'm in. So a lot of the time, I was just flying the drone, I was just hovering it in place in wherever I am and just looking around in complete awe going, this is absolutely crazy. Now, when you've captured this content, you can play it back on your computer on the AntiGravity app, or you can actually get it on your phone, which is my preferred way because it's much faster and you've probably got your phone with you there and then. So you get the AntiGravity app. From here, you can see all the files. And say, for instance, this shot here, it's captured in horizontal, but because it's that full 360 view, it allows you to change that aspect ratio whenever you want. So I can go onto this shot here and I can change it from horizontal, click one button, and now it's a vertical shot in that same location. And because obviously it's capturing front, side, back, down, up, left, every single angle for you, I can go and go, right, I want this shot now, and now I want to see a side view. So I'll just get my finger and I'll just drag it to the side. If I want it from the right hand side, I just drag my finger to the right hand side, a top down shot, top down, and I can see all of this view. It's the same on the computer as well. I just use my mouse to move it around, and this allows you to get so many different custom angles whenever you want. But if you don't want to do any of that and you want it to automatically edit your files, you can do. So if you click auto edit, say you go to this location, you might capture like 4 or 5 different shots, all like 5-10 minutes long. It will identify the key parts of all of those videos and create you your own video with music, all done automatically by one button. Pretty good. So I'll put the prices on the screen for the A1. Now it's going to come in 3 different versions. Whichever bundle you get, you're going to get the same drone, the same controller, the same vision goggles. What you will get is extra batteries, a difference of the standard battery or those high capacity batteries, extra propellers, a drone bag. So if you want the full kit, I always recommend getting one of the bundles. But if you want to just experience this and you don't really care about the extra batteries or propellers, then getting one of the standard bundles is going to be the cheapest way of getting this drone in the air. So this is not a cheap drone. It's not intended to. It's like a premium product. These goggles alone, the experience you get, these probably take up a big chunk of that price. I would get the mid-range one if I was to get it. So I'm getting the extra batteries, the standard batteries, so I can keep this drone under 250 grams. I'm getting all the extra propellers. Everything I need is inside of that kit. So if you want to go and check it out, I'm going to link at the top of the description. And if you do use that link, it doesn't cost you any more, but it does help support this channel. So thanks very much. So the drone's super cool. Never seen anything like this before. I would have liked to have seen a log profile, a flat color profile. It is just like the 360 cameras. It is only 8-bit. It's not 10-bit. In regards to this controller, whilst this is really good, I would like to see a dedicated controller where I can use 2 hands for more precise flight. So overall, super impressed with this drone. Competition is always great, especially for consumers, and it's not just dominated now. We have a really big name in this drone market, and the first ever 360 drone under 250 grams. Really impressed. Go and pick this up, and the experience you're going to have with these goggles, just look around, just like, yep, he was right. This is just like unlike anything else. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this AntiGravity A1. If you've got any more questions, put them in the comments down below. Can't wait to have a read of them. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.